refrescar.
A great deal.
Vamos a escuchar.
The life of the flesh is death.
I asked Rudy why he went from marriage to tennis. The former husband turned around, looked at me and held his ground, said,
I don't like cops, and they don't like me.
You can't fool me, man. That's exactly what you missed. That bullseye.
How many goddamn men do you need to cover one man?
Tonight you'll be receiving phone calls from a number of people claiming responsibility for what I am about to do.
Just want to know how much I'm going to lose when I blow this scumbag away.
I want Malak Al-Rahim.
And I deserve to die like a soldier.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 4 of the Podmax podcast. This is MJ.
And this is Joe. This issue will be going into the world of Rutger Hauer in Wanted, Dead or Alive. Joining us this time is Dan Ray, son of Cha.
Also known as Daniel.
Daniel, yes.
Daniel, actually.
Another one of the many cousins in our lineage.
And
family.
if you've followed us at all through our history of different projects, he is the original Leatherfist, in which we named Leatherfist Records.
Yes, that's me.
Yes.
In a non-sexual manner.
Actually, can you explain how you became Leatherfist?
Growing up as a child, I had this really bad anxiety disorder, and I would gnaw on my fist and chew it on my knuckles until it became all leathery and grotesque. And now I'm Leatherfist.
Yes.
That's how it came to be.
And this is this is real.
That's the sad story of my Leatherfist life.
Yes.
No fisting was actually involved in the
name. Did you gain any superpowers now that you have leathery strength fists?
I don't know. I could burn cigarettes out on my fist. Doesn't hurt.
I'll take that.
Wait, have you actually done that?
I've done it once before. I don't recommend it.
I thought you were just kidding.
No, it was pretty stupid.
So, who wants to do the synopsis of what this Wanted Dead or Alive is about?
I'll do it. The only thing is or unless Danielle wants to do it, go for it. You're more than welcome.
Synopsis? I guess it's some dude named, what was it, Nick Randall?
Nick
Randall, who is actually supposedly based off some old movie or TV show.
It's a TV show.
Steve
McQueen was in, and it's supposed to be his ancestor or something, but he was in the CIA, and now he's a bounty hunter.
Can you have an ancestor within 20 years
I don't know.
and call him an ancestor? Because the TV show's from 59 and this movie's 87. So, 30 years
so,
still.
Yeah, but I'm not sure when the TV show is set, though. It could be set in the early 20th century.
But when I'm thinking ancestors, it's 100 years ago.
Could be. It's a Wild West show where Steve McQueen is a bounty hunter.
My grandfather used to tell me stories. He would get drunk first, and he would sit on a bed and tell stories about the Old West. About his father, Joshua Randall, and all the other Josh Randalls. Jed Lorcan.
One of his kin, let's say.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of his kin. And so he was in the CIA, I guess, and now he's a bounty hunter, and then the CIA needs his help to find some terrorist named Malak Al-Rahim, played by
the famous long-tongued Gene Simmons.
And
Yes.
basically that's
That's
the gist of it. They hunt him down, and then it turns out he's hunting Randall.
So the question is, who is the one that's wanted, dead or alive?
Yes.
It's a good play.
Gene Simmons or Rutger Hauer?
Dun dun dun.
Which,
Deep. It's very deep.
very deep.
That's probably more
That
deep.
was actually...
It's deeper than this movie deserves, that's for sure.
I'm going to show my hand right now, and I love this. I love this movie.
So did I.
I liked it too. I actually enjoyed it. But I liked it because I like the black actor, Robert Guillaume. I think he's cool.
Oh yeah.
Once I saw him, and I was like, "Oh, dude, he's in this."
This movie is
I like
filled
this
with
movie.
people who you recognize, but they're always just kind of fringe actors. They just play like these small bit parts, but you recognize them.
Well, didn't he play Rafiki in The Lion King?
Yeah.
Robert Guillaume.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he did the voice.
The voice.
Not on Broadway, but.
Well, there's Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer.
Who?
So,
I like how they established his character.
Oh, the beginning with the harmonica and the music. And
Oh, actually, before we even go into characters, can we just talk about how fucking weird the music is?
it's amazing, though. It's so good. It's good in like a bad... Well, not that it's bad. It's not bad.
Oh, no, the first song that they open with is horrible.
Oh, God, yeah. It was it was trying to be like a total like Americana biker music.
And like the opening shot, it was only that long just so they could play that whole song.
Well, that's his theme. Did you notice anytime he shows up, it's his theme. That's the harmonica and all that. That's his music.
Oh, no. I get that, but just the fact that the opening shot, they only did it for that long so they could play the whole song from beginning to end. And then that song sounds like maybe the director's like second cousin has a band. And it's just like, yeah, it's a cool song. If we could use it for free, yeah.
Well, I was wondering, is that Gene Simmons singing the intro?
Oh my God! If it is, it's horrible.
If it is, it's a huge drop in talent.
That's a good question.
Yeah. We could leave that up to anybody that listens to this and actually wants to check this out. If you want to check it out, if you haven't seen it before listening to this, it's on YouTube for free.
Yeah, anybody can pretty much watch it. So yeah, we have our main character, Rutger Hauer.
Wait, can we still stick with music?
Yeah.
So after that 3.5 minutes of that song, we finally get into the story and things pick up and you find out that Rutger Hauer's a badass. Then he goes to his apartment.
Oh, yeah, his hideout / cool guy apartment, and the music he's listening to in his car is like this weird. It's like they're trying to do The Cure. It sounds like a South Park song.
Hot topic.
Yeah, they're trying to burn down Hot Topic.
But here's my thing. I'm okay with the song. Like it actually. Well, I'm not gonna say it works or fits for that scene, but it looks like he turns on the stereo, and during that moment they plan to play a different song, and like he's like kind of lipping to something else.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And then in post they're like, we couldn't get the rights to this, so you're gonna have to.
Yeah, the words are terrible. The lyrics, I don't know. Did you ask Alice? And like, I don't know what's going on. It's so weird, and just the vocals are so loud in that part. It's just hard not to like. It's jarring, but it's good at the same time.
When it started to play, I started laughing. I literally pictured some guy in his garage, like recording it. I was like, "What is this?" With some fat guy with long hair trying to be all emo. I don't know.
Oh yeah, so this is like an '87, so it wasn't.
It wasn't emo back then. It was, I don't know what you'd call it back then.
It's goth.
The Cure,
goth music. Yeah, like that kind of.
Yeah. Oh, well, all right, MJ. Now let's go into Rutger Hauer.
So we got Nick Randall, played by Rutger Hauer, who is the titular '80s badass kind of, except for I think he's a little different. I think he plays the role. I mean, it's a typical role, right? The CIX, Black Ops, CIA specialist, whatever agent that is needed
badass who gets called in.
Yeah, who's needed to be called out of retirement or. Called.
He's been out for 3 years. We know he's been out for 3 years because he says that.
Yeah, exactly. So he's called in to do the job that the government can't do because I don't know why. And except for he's charming. Like he's not all grizzled and like not just giving off one.
Oh yeah, he's not jaded or anything either.
No, like he's not the guy who's like no, I'll do it my own way. He's not that guy.
Yeah.
However, I will say that after his best friend and girlfriend that he loves get killed in the boat, I could easily see his character going into, like, turning into a Punisher type person.
Yeah, that's where his character kind of makes a turn.
A change.
What do they call it?
Arc.
Arc? Some sort of
character arc.
Character arc.
Damn it. Who play?
Okay, then we have Gene Simmons.
Yeah, I thought he did a damn good job. He plays Malak Al-Rahim. Is he
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
is he Muslim?
I believe he's Muslim.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty.
I believe so. Well, they do refer to him as a raghead at some point.
Racist and total stereotype. Awesome, but
it was also think about the times
late
though.
80s. Yeah, or actually,
And nothing's
even
really
worse,
changed.
But now people don't show it on TV.
Yeah. So you have Gene Simmons playing the bad guy, the villain of, I guess, Wanted, Dead or Alive. I don't know. I thought he did a really good job. He's just a good bad guy. He doesn't say a lot. There's not a lot for him to do, but at the same time, like, he is menacing. When you see, like, when he goes into the theater for the first, when he's walking in, and then as he's walking out, he, like, stops and caresses, like, the little, like, child's face.
Oh.
And you're kind of like, damn. That's...
Yes. Yeah. What the hell was that? The dad just kind of, like, looked at him?
Like, what the... Don't touch my fucking daughter, you pervert.
I don't know. I thought he did a really good job. It's not anything that anybody else couldn't do. But, I mean, it's Gene Simmons, so the bar's set pretty low when you hear that. Or at least in my opinion it is, but I thought he did a good job.
A fun fact was that actually that was not written into the script. He was actually just touching her face. Because he's perverted.
That's pretty creepy. I was going to actually say, I found him menacing just right off the bat when he gets in the van and slices the driver's throat, like right away.
Yeah.
Like,
oh wait, what was the reason for that again? Like, what did that have to do with the story? Him dressing up as a Jewish
just
guy?
To show that he was...
No one can know his identity.
Oh, okay. No, but who was picking up some Jewish? Why was it Jewish?
Some Jewish guy, because remember he comes in as a rabbi, pretending to be a rabbi, and then probably gets picked up by someone that thinks they're picking up another rabbi, kills him, and gets into the other car. Which I don't know why the other guy just didn't pick him up and save a rabbi.
That's what I was thinking.
But why?
I was like, wait, they could have just totally avoided this whole situation and just had somebody else pick him up.
They knew him.
Yeah, somebody that knew him, and they could have just dressed like a rabbi or like
that's how I was like, why? I don't understand the whole scene. Or some rabbi picked him up and they killed him. Like, okay, he's a badass.
Pretty much just established that he's a badass.
He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
Yeah, that's the type of villain. Oh, and then the other thing with him, he was always ahead of everybody. And, like, very few movies do this where the villain's, like, constantly ahead of everybody until, like, the last 15 minutes of the movie.
It's pretty much till the very end when he's, like, he knows what's going on.
So you don't have, like, this movie where the good guy's, like, he even catches them up in the midpoint of the movie or whatever, and they have, like, a little mini face-off. No, the good guy doesn't even catch him up until, like, the very end. And even the face-off, it's not, like, an epic battle or anything. It's just, like, it's realistic to me. Realistic to me that it's not like some big like punch out showdown. He kind of gets just like the gun pointed at him and he gives up.
Kill me, or I'll kill you.
Oh, this movie has some pretty good one-liners too.
It also has really bad one-liners, but but that's just Rutger Hauer style. I don't know if he knows how to deliver a one-liner or not.
Yeah, I don't think he does. Well, he did. Well, it wasn't a one-liner, but it was like one of the most famous lines of all sci-fi in Blade Runner. He made that up. Like tears lost in the rain.
But I thought he shortened that because it was really cold and it was supposed to be like a really huge, like 3 or 4 minute speech.
It was a huge like monologue, and then he just like shortened it to that, and it was so poetic.
They should send Rutger Hauer to the moon, not a poet. We had your typical badass Rutger Hauer, your badass villain. Then you have the side cast of characters. What was the girlfriend's name?
Girlfriend McGirlfriend. No, I
Girlfriend McGirlfriend?
I don't know. Terry? Was it Terry? Yeah.
Terry.
I don't... Does it matter? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Because I just said that because, I mean, that's all she's really playing is just kind of the girlfriend character. But I thought she was...
A character to kill off so that you feel bad for, but at the same time, you at least have a reason to feel bad because, like, they have those scenes together. We're like, oh, cool, like, they actually care about each other.
Yeah, like, those scenes are pretty well... They establish her as a girlfriend and being a lovable and likable person. So, like, they do it really well in the sense that, like, you're able to go, oh, okay, and then when they actually do end up killing her off later on, it's, like, you actually do, like, oh, man, she was pretty cool for Rutger Hauer.
I actually wrote down no.
That's it.
when the boat blew up.
They killed his best friend and his girl.
And oh man. Oh, kind of going back to the music, how he plays harmonica.
Yeah,
the harmonica.
very poorly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very poorly. But what I like is that he doesn't make it seem like he's good at all. Like he doesn't go like, oh, like this is how he doesn't do that. But anyway, so when she hands him the harmonica and he tells her like, oh, you need to like go, like you already know something's gonna happen with her. And then at the very end, after he does what he does, which I'll save, and then he just goes and sits by the river and he pulls out the harmonica and crappily plays. Hold on, what's the song that he plays? I wrote it down. Oh, You Are My Sunshine.
Yeah.
Very crappily, and it was like so, like for me, it was like pretty damn depressing just to see him sit there at the very end of the movie after everything's happened, sits there with his harmonica, pulls it out, and plays You Are My Sunshine.
They kind of established that earlier in their when she's like studying and they're both like on the bed.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you play that? That sounds horrible or something.
Mickey, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But it just like makes it that much like more like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like almost heartbreaking. Yeah, to me that was just super sad. Like right when he did that, I was just not in tears or anything, but just like, ah. And this is where I say like he could easily go into a Punisher character because, yeah.
I don't know that he could be a Punisher character, but because Punisher to me is a guy who's filled more with rage and vengeance than he is anything else. But
I think we're at the beginning of that for Rutger Hauer at this point.
But he's a sad and likable guy. That's the thing. He's got friends.
But pretty much all that goes away after they die on the boat.
Yeah.
No, he's still friends with
Yeah, I think he's
that
still. I
black
think
guy.
he's likable
Oh, that's
enough
true,
to still
yeah.
maintain, like, to make friends, if not. But
Here's another thing that I liked is because like especially in the 80s, all the action movies that you would have, whenever the guy's best friend or someone would die, it'd just usually be like a quick like no, and then like be upset for like that scene, and then just totally forget that like anybody died, and kind of just go on normally. And this one, it like didn't really seem that way. You could see he changed, like he snapped.
well, yeah, I thought the same thing too. Because at first, when his friend dies on the boat, I was kind of like, oh, he's probably like, it's just gonna be like, oh, I need to get vengeance. And then he's going to totally forget about him. But at the very end of the movie, instead of taking the reward money, he says, like, send the reward money to the widow of, and he says his friend's name. And I was like, oh, that's cool that they kind of, they complete that, like, they show that he is doing it for his friend.
What about the cheesy 80s-ness of the movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
There was some cheesiness, like at the beginning when they had the stereotypical hick actors going into the stereotypical Vietnamese 7-Eleven.
Hey, don't you go staring at me, you goddamn slope.
On one day.
And we should have nuked your asses when we had the chance. And if I'd have been there, we would have.
Leave him alone! Leave him alone! Yeah.
Hurry up with that beer, Pete.
The poor man's Bill Paxton.
yeah. And then like roughing up the the Vietnamese store owner and wanting to rape his wife.
Oh, with plenty of, racial slurs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Going on there.
Classic 80s. And the fact that, like, when he went to go choose a gun, he chose, like, the biggest...
Oh, yeah.
Huge-ass gun to, like, go stop. Randall went to go stop them. And, of course, in the 80s, if you notice, every single movie has, like, a huge-ass gun. Can't just be a regular, handgun. It has to be a huge-ass with a scope on it.
Because you have to make sure that you're a badass.
What I thought was funny is, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when he's in the car and he reaches to the back seat to get the car, he lifts up a child seat, like a baby seat, and he gets his shotgun.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was like some special hatch or something that he was lifting up.
No, it was a child seat, like a safety.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I don't know if you guys noticed, but while he's hanging out in front of the store with his huge ass gun, holding it, waiting for the two guys to come out, there's a third guy inside of the car, parked right in front of him.
Right in front, yeah.
Who could at any point look right and be like, there's a guy with a huge ass gun waiting for my friends. But that just never happened.
Wait, there was 3 guys? I thought it was just 2.
Because when the first guy comes out of the store, he hits him, rams him against the car. The third guy inside the car tries to get out and he elbows him. Then he goes into the store and shoots up the store a little bit and claims his prize. Pays the poor Vietnamese family
$1.
$100.
Oh, was it $100? Oh, okay.
I think it was well, we watched on YouTube and it was a little bit blurry, but I think it was 100. I'm gonna give him at least that benefit.
I thought he just paid for the paper.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He just paid for the paper.
Dude, then he would have been super dick because he told me to keep the change. I'm gonna picture that he is the nice guy that he is, and it was 100.
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and then that's when he heads home. After that, oh no, well he drops off the one of the most dangerous men on the FBI list.
Yeah, that stinks, and that's why he keeps him in the
trunk.
In the trunk. That's where they actually reveal the fact that he is a bounty hunter and not a cop. Because
oh yeah,
which I thought was a pretty cool way of doing it. They just have the guy like, "Oh, you didn't read me my Miranda rights," and he's like, "I didn't have to. I'm not a cop." And that's when the guy's like, "Wait, what?" And he just like smacks him in the head with the trunk lid.
Dan Ray, do you remember the Miranda warning?
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. That's all I remember.
That's all you have to remember.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Wasn't there more?
Oh wait, did you mention silence? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought there
silence,
was a little
attorney.
More,
yeah.
Oh well, I guess that's it.
That's your Fifth Amendment right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to ask, like, do you guys... Is it your first time seeing this movie?
Yeah, it's my first time.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw it as a kid. So this is my first time seeing it and remembering it.
When did you see it?
So this is my second time seeing it.
When was the first time?
But the first time I saw it was maybe like a year ago. And I picked it up on a VHS because I saw it had Rutger Hauer and his hair was amazing.
Oh, can we talk about his hair for like an hour?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, one thing I want to talk about is why did the guy have a wig? His best friend have a wig already.
I thought that too.
Oh,
in the bathroom of his house.
It was his wife's wig.
Why would you have a wig? She has hair.
Women are weird though. They like to be like, I'm not going to bleach my hair, but I want to go blonde.
It was a crappy ass wig that looked exactly like Rutger Hauer.
Yeah. His golden angelic hair. Like I don't get it. Does anyone have hair like that naturally now? The guy from Cobra Kai?
Yeah, that guy, but where's he? Who knows what he's doing?
He was in How I Met Your Mother for the last season.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Huh. Did he have hair the same color?
That was like short and blonde, but not the same. I don't understand that hair at all.
One thing I didn't like is I didn't think they got the supporting actors were pretty crappy. Like not supporting, but like the smaller actors, like some of the Middle Eastern dudes, like they didn't have an accent at all, like, or even try to make an accent. It would come in and out. And then the Mexican dude they got, remember the Mexican guy? That guy did not know how to speak Spanish at all. You're like, what? He's like, do you want some coffee? He's like, yeah, con crema. I'm like, crema? You mean crema? I was like, what the hell? Couldn't even get a competent Mexican actor to be in this?
All I know is you got me locked up in this fucking cage.
We're wasting time. ¿Quieres un café?
Crema y azúcar.
You heard him. Cream and sugar and black for me.
That or Rutger Hauer's like, no, it's crema, not crema.
That bothered me. I guess
just some of the bit roles.
The bit roles. I was like, oh, they could have gotten better dudes. And like the one Middle Eastern dude that was helping him, like when they were shooting the one cop that was a traitor.
Oh, when they're
Yeah. I was like, okay, this guy, he probably doesn't get too many roles. So, I mean, try to be the best, even if it's a stereotype Middle Eastern actor. But no.
Yeah, in general, like the action I thought was awesome. Just the way everything was shot, it was really well done. The car chases, like you were saying, is just they're really, I don't know. It just they're well done. That's the only way I can really explain it. It's just there's no CGI or anything to take you out of it.
You know what the cool part about it though is the car chase stuff. It's not over the top either. Like,
yeah, it's not so ridiculous that you're like, oh my god. It was just good. It was like right on point. It was within its budget. Nothing was too like huge and crazy where you're just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. It was just it was believable.
Yeah, it worked for me, and yeah, and then all the effects were practical. Practical. I was about to say practicable. I'll probably switch that later.
Like when he shoots out the dude. They're in the chase scene, and he shoots that guy out of the back of the truck, and he falls out the window and just like rolls over him in one instant. I was like, holy it. Yeah, I was not expecting it.
It was like a simple
and that was
one or
something
two
to me
shots.
Was awesome.
And it looked like it was a stunt double that actually just went through all that shit.
I don't think he got run over, but
at least a stunt double that at least fell out of the car and rolled, and then maybe they cut to like the dummy getting rolled over.
But it wasn't super obvious. It was still like it was well cut and directed to the point where it looked believable.
Yeah. So what was something that you really liked about this movie, D-Ray?
I wouldn't say that I liked that much about it. I mean, it's a B movie. It was better than the other one we watched. What was it called?
Wedlock.
Wedlock. But I think that the director did a pretty good job of with what he had of making the movie pretty decent. I wouldn't say it was an awesome movie, but like for what it was,
I'm going to disagree with you on that.
No, man. I mean, it's an HBO movie. It's pretty the same as other stuff, nothing too major. Typical cop, bounty hunter hunting down terrorists, that kind of stuff. But I mean, they did a good job though of. I agree with you. Like the action scenes and stuff were pretty not cheesy. You know what I mean? Like they were well done. No explosions and dudes rolling.
Yeah.
Like explosion and a dude roll. All these dudes fly and roll. It was pretty like as realistic as possible for the budget or the movie they had. But yeah, I mean they didn't go over the top, which I think was pretty good.
The top.
Some movies try too hard. This one they just shot it pretty like calm, and I think it could have gone bad with Gene Simmons, but I think he did a good job actually. I mean, he wasn't cheesy or over the top. He just played it pretty straightforward.
Oh, dude, he could easily take into like racist, like Arab or Middle Eastern like character, but he
or just bad acting in general. So, like some people, like musicians, they suck. You can like totally tell like they don't know how to act at all. But he was pretty good actually. But I like the character, the black character, his friend. Fillmore Walker, the characters.
So that dude, I liked how, I mean, at least his character, and he played it off well, like, even takes measures to make sure that nobody's tapping his wire or phone, stuff like that, which kind of helps you, like, figure out a bunch of stuff. And they have, between him and Rutger Hauer, they have, like, their own codes to know, like, what's really going on with other people. Like, what was it? When Rutger Hauer's being followed by that one guy, and he sneaks up on him behind him, and breaks the glass bottle and cuts his neck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like one of the CIA agents.
And then he tells his buddy, like, "Oh, I was being followed." He says, "By who?" He's just like, "Oh, just look for the guy that's cut on the neck." And then later on, he makes a remark like, "Oh, you should change to an electric shaver and save yourself on Band-Aid costs." And then he's like, "Oh yeah," but he's saying like, "I know that you're what you were doing," without having to say it. It had a smartness to it.
Yeah, I think this is. It's typical, like this movie is very, it's typical of like the movies of the time, but at the same time, I think there's also some small things that they do differently, enough so that it's not boring, that you don't already know all the twists and turns of the movie because it's following beat for beat the typical story of, you know, the ex whatever agent, being the only one that can take down this person coming out of retirement, you know.
Yeah,
I thought it was cool. That it was well done.
Yeah. Oh, can we go back once again to the car chase scene? But when the guy blows himself up, and all the cops and CIA are surrounding him. Didn't you think it was just weird? Like he blows himself up, and everyone's just kind of like, "All right, well, let's call it a day," and kind of like. Nobody's like, secure the area. There's like nothing like that. It was just kind of like, okay, so like, are we gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts after, or like that's
for me? I was like, what? Like when Rutger Hauer pulls out a gun on the guy,
or was it a gun?
And
or
he
a knife?
puts it in his face. No, it was a gun. It was like a silver gun, and he puts it in his face, and he's like, I could have saved those men's lives. And I was like, what? He's not even a cop. Like, how you could totally get arrested for doing that?
Okay, yeah. So the first dude he pulls a gun on. Like 2 seconds right after, and he has it straight to his head. Not only that, but the guy just doesn't give a fuck that a gun is pointed at him.
Yeah, there's like weird rules where I'm like, I don't think you can do that. Like,
and just personally, I'd be terrified if someone pointed a gun at my head, even if I was a cop and be, like used to seeing guns all the time. It'd be like, whoa, this guy is very.
You went too far, man. You went too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then moments after that is when he realized he was the bait. That's when he pulls a knife on the head director and pins him against the wall. CIA guy.
Yeah, he like puts it all up to his nose and everything.
Yeah, and he's like fucking digging it in. And this is where my favorite line of the movie comes in.
Yeah.
D-Ray, if you want to say it, what's the actor's name again?
No, you say it. You say it. Robert Guillaume is
Robert Guillaume, his black buddy cop friend, says,
"Next time you decide to fuck me, Lipton, kiss me first."
Lipton, that's the dude's name.
Yeah, to Lipton. He doesn't say that to Rutger Hauer. He says it to the CIA director because he too was getting fucked over.
But he likes to be kissed first, of course.
Yeah, you have to remember if you're going to fuck someone over, kiss them first.
Especially if you're in prison.
Oh yeah.
What show was it where they just used that line over and over?
South Park.
Yeah,
Cartman kept saying.
I wonder if South Park is a huge fan of this movie.
Yeah, because like there's tons of things that like I was like, dude, this is from South Park. The
music, just the cheesy cop, like.
Oh yeah, the cheesy cop.
This movie was
for me the parts that I thought were really cool were like you had said that there were some small things that were done like within the plot that kind of
enhances
not
it.
What you're expecting. Yeah, it enhances it. Like when his friend dresses up like him and goes onto the boat, I was not expecting for the boat. I mean, I was expecting for one of the girlfriend to die or something, but I wasn't expecting the boat to blow up with both his friend and his girlfriend in it.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
That was holy shit. That was pretty cool.
Well, for me, the second he said go pick up my coat, it's in the trash can, and pretend to be me. I was like, oh, you're saving your buddy to die. Because they're going to think it's you, and then kill him.
Yeah, well, I thought somebody was going to die, but I didn't think it was going to be like that. Yeah, there was like little things like that where I was kind of like, whoa, shit, like it took me like by surprise.
I'm like, once again, I literally said it out loud, no, and wrote it down just to make sure that my point was made.
At the same time.
Yes. No, I think I have 3 O's.
There's just like really, really cool things. Like when he interrogates the one guy, he like throws him in that metal locker.
Oh,
and he just starts like shooting
yeah,
it with
that
a
was
shotgun.
Cool. I thought that was cool. He's just shooting through the shotgun.
I was thinking, like, first off, I was thinking, whoa, you never see somebody get interrogated like that. And also I was thinking, well, probably because you'd end up killing the guy before he gave you any information.
And he fucking kicks the locker down the stairs after. Like, that was awesome.
I thought it would have been like cool if like on the third shot, he shoots it, boom. And then the guy's just quiet and he's just like, hello? Hello? And he's dead. And I would have been like, that's awesome.
I still thought the guy died pretty cool though. Like when he steals the FBI or the CIA agent's gun and blows his brains out.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was crazy.
This is another scene where he does this, takes a CIA agent's gun, shoots himself like right away, and everyone's just kind of like, well, you guys want to go to Dunkin' Donuts now? Or
like, you don't hear anybody say like,
fuck.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, like nothing like that happened. Like,
oh, then he yell at the guy like, "What the fuck are you doing? You let him grab your gun?
Yeah, no.
He could have shot one of us."
It was just kind of like,
was just like, well, that was a thing.
Did he say like, oh, I guess we have more paperwork?
yeah, something like that.
Thanks for inconveniencing us, you dork. Dude, and the way they would interrogate people was just pretty extreme. They went to the extreme every time. And like,
yeah, this was like during the time. Well, I don't know about during the time, but like in the movies, like when cops were just like no holds barred, just beating the shit out of people.
How cops are in real life now.
Yeah. Except in real life, they get away with it.
Yeah, like, and not only that, there was the scene with Gene Simmons at the very end where he shoots his girlfriend in the face. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
just because she was like, what was she saying? She was like,
no, we'll do this ourselves. Yeah. And then in order to look out the window, he like wipes the brain matter like off the window just to look through it real quick. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, I don't know, just little things like that. Just, it sets this movie up above some of the other B movies we've seen.
I don't know if I lost some focus, but what was his end game when they filled up all those barrels with dynamite?
No, not only dynamite.
Oh, but with
people.
Yes, I almost forgot.
These 4 tanks all contain flammable liquids. They have to be ruptured with an incendiary device. Then this tank here containing oxygen and this one containing hydrogen have to be blown in that order. That will increase the heat and create water vapor. The next thing is to blow the refrigeration system on the methyl isocyanate tank.
استنى كمان دقيقة معي.
حوالي نص دقيقة. When that tank blows, the MIC will become aerosol. The prevailing winds will do the rest of your job for you. Conservative estimate, 30,000 dead.
This will make Bhopal, India look like a minor traffic accident.
I was also, that's another thing where I was like, wait, what? Why are we doing this? And then I was thinking, like, how are they living? How are they able to, like, be in those barrels for however long?
Honk the horn.
And how are they breathing? How are, like, anything?
Real quick, so people know what we're talking about. These barrels are all around this factory set up with either dynamite or other Muslim Arab guys waiting for possibly cops to show up, possibly Rutger Hauer's character to show up. They don't know. They've just been told to wait.
Yeah, they're just in there. So
inside the barrels?
I'm thinking,
yes,
like when Gene Simmons gets caught and arrested, do the other guys in the barrels just stay there indefinitely?
They're
and
just
die?
waiting.
No, because all the cops were searching the barrels, and I don't know if you could do that with or without a warrant at that point.
Probable cause.
Probable cause. Yeah, everything that's happened up to that point. But still, like, Gene Simmons had to have known that this is going to end in some sort of showdown, so I need to have, like, some sort of plan of, like, they could ambush him or whoever's following us. And it doesn't work out well because if you're in a huge fucking semi-truck, as Rutger Hauer does, he ends up just knocking over the barrels and killing the people inside that way.
There was one scene where there's a dude in one of the barrels and he pops out to shoot at Rutger Hauer in the semi and he just runs over him. And it doesn't cut, and you see the dude in the barrel get hit, and the barrel just rolls with him in it, and he's just like flailing in it. It was
one shot.
Hilarious. Yeah, it was hilarious. Wasn't sure if it, I mean, it had to have been a stunt guy, but still, that was pretty cool. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
Or since,
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. This was a really dangerous shot. Let's never do this again. Oh, here's another thing that's like the CIA is just like, they're all there at this point. So Gene Simmons' character and his girlfriend are approaching towards all the agents and cops or whatever. And I guess her plan was just to ram into them and let everything blow up. I don't know. But Gene Simmons is like, no, let's turn right. And she won't do it. So he shoots her. And then they turn right. Or he sits on her fucking body, too. He sits on her body. He doesn't even throw her body out the car or anything. He sits on her body. As he said, like, cleans off the brain matter and keeps driving. Turns right as he originally planned. Nobody follows him. None of the agents, nobody. Just Rutger Hauer follows him.
Yeah, and then at that point, that's when they're like, there's a person following him, like, on the radio. But they don't do anything. They just sit there.
Yeah, and then they stop maybe 200 yards away. Like, they're invisible distance at this point. And they stop and run into the factory. And someone finally says, like, hey, so where did he go? And they're like, oh, we lost track of him. We don't know. Oh, what, you want to get some donuts or something? like, nobody goes to follow them into the factory. It's just like, let's let Rutger Hauer figure this out.
Well, he'll finish it up.
Like, he's been doing a good job so far.
Seriously, though, like, the CIA was, like, useful but useless at the same time.
Yeah, the ending scene was pretty good, too.
It was realistic.
I mean, like you said, it wasn't over the top. It wasn't them, like, fisticuffing for, like, 30 minutes until they just get tired. It was, like, what does he do? He, like, props a machine gun up against the thing.
And it sprays with his knife. He puts the knife into the trigger.
Yeah, and so it just shoots, and it's kind of like a decoy. So Gene Simmons' character throws a grenade at it, and then...
Which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I wasn't expecting that. And then Rutger Hauer out of nowhere jumps from, like, the ceiling or something.
No, he's... if you're familiar with Terminator 2, which I think Terminator 2 steals this from this movie, he's on one of those... they're inside a factory where
it's like a conveyor
belt, and
right?
he comes down on the conveyor belt, much like Arnold does. Or was it Linda Hamilton's character?
Linda Hamilton goes up on the
she goes up on it. So, obviously you can't copy them completely, so they're all, let's go up in our version. Rutger Hauer goes down on the conveyor belt thing just behind him, gives him a little tap on the shoulder with his foot, and kicks him in the face. And what I love, it's like realistic. He gets fucking kicked hard in the face.
Yeah.
Rutger Hauer jumps down from that point, and it's not, like I said, it doesn't turn into like this big old brawl. He knows he's beat, and he's like he's out of it at this point.
Oh yeah, and then that's when you get he's like, kill me, I'm a soldier, I'm a soldier.
Before I kill you.
Yeah, and then what does he say? Damn it. He's like, I deserve to die, and he's like, you're a piece of shit. Or he's like, you're a fly on a piece of shit, or something like that. Damn it, what does he say? It's like a good one-liner, but like not good enough to remember, obviously.
He's like, you don't deserve to die. You're a fly on a piece of shit.
Yeah, it was like something like that.
But it's a good line. But like I said earlier, I don't think Rutger Hauer has the ability to deliver one-liners.
I can't think of one that I remember.
But he has a shitload of one-liners, and you can't think of them though.
Oh, he says, "You're not a soldier. You're a fly on a pile of shit." That's what he says. That was close.
Then the coolest thing he does is pulls out his grenade that's on Gene Simmons' body and puts it inside of his mouth and walks him to all the CIA agents who are, just shooting the shit, just kind of waiting for something to.
Yeah, they're just waiting over there. What the?
So
yeah,
right.
like they're just waiting.
I never realized
I was like,
that.
what?
Okay, they're yeah.
And which I thought was funny is he leads him out by holding the pin.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, if Malak Al-Rahim really wants to die, all he has to do is just, like, pull back on the pin and then he's done.
I don't think
he could have just killed himself.
And Rutger Hauer.
I think he wanted to die, like, in battle.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
He could have pulled back on the pin, then hugged Rutger Hauer.
Yep.
Yeah, he could have done something a little bit more, but either way, I thought the ending was probably the most, like, badass part about this whole movie, because I wasn't expecting it at all.
The ending was just the 80s. Like, it was every 80s action movie, like, into one shot.
No, I actually thought they were going to do the typical 80s moral high ground. Like, oh, I could kill you, but I'm not, because I'm better than you. And then, he turns him in to the CIA, and then, he's
like on his boat with a dog or something.
But no, I was tricked. I was like, holy shit.
But that moral high ground that you're talking about was for like A release action movies. Mm-hmm. And we're in the B world here, so anything can happen.
Oh, it was good though. And then the thing is, first time I saw this, I was watching it and he's like, oh yeah, and I'll pick up the bonus myself. And I was like, I was like, hell yeah, like he's getting all of his money, and all of a sudden he just takes a second. I was like, wait, what's going on? Fuck the bonus. And he pulls the pin. And it's just funny, the dude next to him, grenade, and then runs. And I was like, oh my god. And then they show his head just like pop off. That was amazing.
It was like his top half body was gone.
Yeah, the whole body.
Yeah.
But I thought it was going to be like, still, even then, I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be a fake grenade and it's not going to explode. And it's going to be like, haha, got you. Nope. Kaboosh.
Fuck the bonus.
Grenade!
Randall, you son of a bitch. Leave him alone. Leave him the fuck alone.
Half his body's gone. And I was like, holy shit.
Rutger Hauer just murders somebody.
And then he goes to the down by the river and plays his harmonica.
And the other dude's just like, just leave him alone. And I was like, what do you mean? He just fucking blew a dude in half.
He's like, I know, but we have to go get donuts. I'm just going to keep just ramming that in, because that's all they did. They didn't actually get donuts at any point in this movie, but it just seemed like there was something more important to do than what was actually happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the ending was perfect.
Oh,
I don't think you could have ended it any better.
That's probably one of the most badass endings I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, considering everything that I've seen up to this point now.
Yeah, it was like, I wasn't expecting that at all.
I wasn't either. I was just expecting the typical, oh, okay, I'm going to let you live.
Book 'em.
'Cause book 'em, yeah. That's a book 'em. And then it's over. And he rides off into the sunset in his boat, like you said.
And then plays
with his new dog named after his friend.
Dude, it's pretty depressing ending though.
Oh yeah, it's very
it was
depressing.
Yeah, it was super depressing. He just goes to the riverbank and starts playing his harmonica, lying down. Like, I was like, okay, you just fucking blew some dude's head off, and now you're in the river playing your harmonica,
thinking about your girlfriend that he blew up.
Yeah.
And then comes in his theme song.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you noticed this, but like the entire throughout the whole movie, you have the theme song with Rutger Hauer, which is like the harmonica thing, and then Gene Simmons' character has like a weird like Middle Eastern thing going on.
Oh, but it's kind of like
they show him.
It's like kind of techno-y, Middle Eastern-y.
Yeah, yeah.
Like music that people listen to now.
Yeah, at the very end, you have a weird mix of the two. When they're both in the warehouse, you have like that weird Middle Eastern techno-y thing going on, mixed with the harmonica. I don't know if you caught that, but like when I was watching it this time, I actually noticed that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Is it because the hero has become the murderer and the murderer has become murdered?
I don't know.
No, I think it's just that they so happen to be in the same scene or in the same building at the same time. It's like as if that music was actually there, and so when they both walk into the same room at the same time, they just kind of play over each other.
They live in a
That's
world where
weird.
theme music actually plays. He's like, wait, but my theme song's on. Yeah, but I'm the hero. Yeah, but I'm like the main villain. I guess we'll both just have to play it out. This is why we haven't met till this point.
See, it's South Park all over again. It's that episodes where the psychics battle each other.
Oh, wait, we never got to it. What was Gene Simmons' end game?
That's what I was
all
thinking.
the barrels.
I was like,
what?
okay.
Just to cause terrorism, I guess.
I think
He's just a terrorist, right?
It's just
That's it? He just blows shit up and that's it?
I think just to distribute all those barrels everywhere. Dude, you know what one of my favorite shots of the movie was? It was how the barrels got made.
Oh, the making of the barrels?
They literally show you, it's like a fucking steel tube, goes into this machine, a little insert goes in, and divides the barrel into two parts. Then it rolls over a spray paint canister, which paints it white.
It was kind of like a "How did this get made?" on Discovery Channel.
Yeah. Like
it was like that kind of shot.
A good 3 minutes of this, and I was like, "That's how you make barrels." Awesome.
You know,
I learned
the coolest shot though, in my cinematography wise, like if you want to actually say that this movie had good cinematography, there was one shot where I was like, "Holy shit, this is a really cool scene." Even Christina, my wife, for those who don't know, came into the room. I was watching it and she's like, "Whoa, what's going on? Like, what's happening in this scene?" I was like, "Oh, it's when he escapes into the sewer and he's just walking with the light."
Mm-hmm.
And it's just this center shot of like a circle of light around him. And it's just him walking off into the distance with this circle of light. And it looks really like, it looks like 2001 Space Odyssey type stuff. And I know it's a huge leap comparing this movie to like a Stanley Kubrick film, but like, I thought that was a really cool shot, and even so much so that Christina caught it right away. It was like, "What are you watching? This looks cool." And then it cut to the next scene. She was like, "Oh, okay, I'm done." Like that was it. But I thought that was a pretty cool scene.
Oh, it had a lot to it.
It reminded me of like The Third Man or something like that Orson Welles film.
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
The Third Man. Oh, it's a good like noir type film.
What movies do you like that are similar to this? I guess we'll have to stick with I've been retired and now I'm being called back type movies.
Oh, okay, I'll just name one because there's a ton of them, but I'm just gonna name one. And it's a recent one. All right, maybe two, but it's a recent one. It's Shooter, almost the exact same plot, kind
Shooter.
of.
Didn't see it.
You haven't
really?
seen Shooter, man? You got to watch Shooter.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be terrible because it's Mark Wahlberg and his movies are usually like a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, but they're either really good or really like.
Yeah, this one is really good. You got Danny Glover with his like weird lisp thing going on.
Michael Pena.
Yeah, Michael Pena. You got Mark Wahlberg being Mark Wahlberg, and it's the exact same plot. He's an ex like CIA agent or something like that, an ex-sniper. And he's living out in the woods by himself because he doesn't want any part in it anymore. And they need him to do something, and then they end up like setting him up. And it's him trying to like prove that it wasn't him that, like shot, I don't even know what it was, like the president or something like that. But it's good like in that vein of movies.
Okay, I guess the trope is called retired badasses.
Is that what it is? But it's a good one. Like, it's funny because do you ever see that the Key and Peele skit that they did of that, where it was like an old man who's an ex? It's almost like that's almost the exact same thing that how a Shooter starts.
Dude, I'm gonna have to check that out.
I haven't seen it. No,
yeah,
you have to see Shooter. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, my choice of retired badasses, being one of the first movies that I saw when I was a kid of retired badasses, would be Rambo First Blood.
Oh.
Or Rambo Part 2, I mean. The second one, because he actually comes back in that one. You know?
Yeah.
Is it called First Blood 2?
Yeah, First Blood 2, yeah. Rambo First Blood 2. But that one's where he actually comes back. They hire him to go in to Vietnam and rescue the POWs. So I choose that one.
That one's a good choice.
I'm going to go with this movie. It's been way too many sequels, and each one just got worse, but the first one was awesome. Taken. With
the first one? Yeah.
With Liam Neeson. That movie like surprised me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's, your classic retired badass.
Yeah, that one's good
for modern times. I like the whole the scene when he gives the gun to his friend gets his gun back from what was it, like hidden behind the toilet or something, and then he aims and tries to shoot at him. He's like, "Oh, have you been retired that long? You don't remember the weight of a gun?"
Got the weight of gun.
Yeah, it's just a flesh wound.
And then he shoots her.
No, and then he shoots his wife.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, he just shot dude's wife.
And she's like, "Oh my god, it's just a flesh wound."
It's still a fucking bullet wound. You shot my wife.
So yeah, as far as recent times, that's probably one of my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one for recent times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shooter's good too, though.
But
Shooter's a good choice.
If I want to go to 90s, I'm going to do one more. One of my favorite heroes is Topper Harley. Hot Shots Part 2.
Oh,
yes.
Based off Rambo First Blood.
Yes.
Part 2.
That one's also classic. Yes, I agree.
Yes, loved you on Wall Street.
The line we still use.
Still used to this day. Would you recommend this movie?
For B movies or just in general?
In general.
Like, comparing them to Oscar movies.
All right,
also.
like you're out at a party and someone's like, "Oh, have you seen any good movies? Would you recommend this?"
I would have to say no. It would not be on my recommendation list. It has like 100 more movies that I would recommend before this one.
But why though? You have to go into
because
why.
there's better movies. I mean, if I was recommending B movies, then I say, oh yeah, you got to watch this one. Or if you like regular horror movies, like, oh, you got to check this one out. But if we're just going based on recommending movies, this would not be on the top of my list. I'm not going to be like over, like let's say
overhyping it.
No. I'm saying like if we choose over like L.A. Confidential over this, be like, yeah, you really no, don't watch L.A. Confidential. What you got to watch is Wanted Dead or Alive. Trust me. Shawshank Redemption? No, not Shawshank. Wanted Dead or Alive. Jaws? Jaws. Watch Wanted Dead or Alive. No, sorry. I would have to say no. But if you're like, oh, I want to watch a cheap 80s movie to get into that nostalgia of watching 80s when I was a kid on HBO, those crappy straight-to-video movies with Rutger Hauer, I would say, yeah, you should watch this one. But there's other Rutger Hauer movies I'd recommend above this one, too. So,
oh, yeah.
So I would say no.
I'm going to go with yes. I think I've showed my hand plenty of times throughout this. I was really surprised as to how good it was. And even though I know I made a lot of comments of like the laziness of the CIA characters and other things, I just really enjoyed this movie. And I was actually captivated at certain points. And we'll probably be watching this again within a week or two. Probably while editing and getting clips for this, I'll watch it again just to get some more stuff. So I'm going to go with yes. But much like you, D-Ray, I don't think I'll recommend this above other movies. Just like, yeah, the same thing. If you have time to waste and want to be entertained, this is a pretty good movie to entertain you for free on YouTube.
Oh, actually, I one more caveat. If I were to recommend the best Gene Simmons movie, this would be it. This would be it.
I don't know. Detroit Rock City would. I mean, he was.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
Detroit Rock. That's
He's also in a movie called Trick or Treat. It's not bad.
I would recommend Detroit Rock City, but he's basically playing himself there. I'm talking about like
he actually
him
acts.
acting as a different character.
Let's see. For me, I would recommend this movie. Not to anybody. But then again, the thing
not
is,
to anybody.
Yeah, not just to anybody. Yeah. But the thing is, the people that I talk to on a normal basis
are weirdos.
I think. Yeah,
because I'm one of those people.
Yeah, I think the people who frequent my group of friends, are like, they would be the people that I would recommend this to. So the people that I normally talk to on a daily basis, yes, 100% yes, I would totally recommend this movie because it is one of those movies. Like you said, it's a movie that you can rewatch again and still enjoy it, or it's a movie that you can have on in the background and still enjoy it. It's kind of like a, not on the same level, but like a Predator type thing. You watch it once to get the plot, and then the second time you're watching it, you're not watching it because of the plot. You're watching it because the action, because it's kind of like got a little bit of cheesiness to it. It's got all the right, it's hitting all the right notes of a good B movie. I don't think it's one of Rutger Hauer's best, but I still think it's a good one.
Going into
Fair enough.
To friends and circles, there's no way in hell I'd even be able to convince anybody to watch this movie in my circle of friends right now. Like, you know, besides like Jeff or Eddie or any of those guys, because I think they'd be down. But like anyone from school over here, I can't. Like, I have a hard enough time being like, watch Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and World's End, or you know, any of the ones we did recently. And they're like, oh, you look kind of cheesy in the previews. So there's like no way in hell I can convince anybody to do this.
Yeah, it all depends. I mean, there's some people that are movie people like us, but most people aren't.
Yeah,
so.
I think most people, I guess you could say like the majority of people, not everybody, but like a good average amount of people, they just like to see what the normal movies are, or like what the mainstream like theater experience movies are. They're not ones that are to go out and kind of seek out or even sit through bad movies in a sense to like try and find like the good gems. And I think this is a gem.
Yeah, but
it's not
also you have to like movies for what they are. Some people will be like, no, that movie sucks, that's horrible. But you're like, but it's for what it is, it's good. It's entertaining, it's funny. I enjoy it. You know? Yeah. But people don't get that. They're like, no, it's not a good movie. You're like, it's so cheesy. You're like, but that's why it's good. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, like you can enjoy a movie for being bad.
Yeah, exactly. So
like it doesn't have to be. That's why that I guess
as long as it doesn't take itself seriously too, though. This one,
but even those movies, there's movies like that are so bad, and they take themselves so seriously that they make it just that much better. Like, yeah, The Room is one of those that it's so like he's being so serious that it just makes it so good because of how terrible it is.
Anyway, we're pretty far away from Wanted Dead or Alive.
And on that note,
MJ, you want to do the lead out? Because I feel like it's awkward when I do it.
So it looks like this is the end of the Wanted Dead or Alive episode. If you have any questions or comments and you want to hit us up, we have a Twitter account. It's at PodMaxPodcast. Or you can friend us on Instagram as well. Or you can even just send us an email at podmaxpodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you for joining us. I have been Joe.
And this is MJ.
And this is B-Ray Shalowitz, Sham Shalowitz.
Yes. Join us next time as we go into another Rutger Hauer movie, Wedlock.
I never was very smart, but then I met the one who blew up. Lover. Sorry.
Sat through that whole movie.
Wait, which one?
The Room.
The Room?
Which one's that one?
Oh.
Who's in it?
Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
This is like a 30-minute conversation easy.
What is it about?
That's a like 45-minute conversation.
It's about nothing, essentially, but it's like one of the worst, like, it's like on the same level as like Birdemic as far as like filming, like the quality of it,
but not a horror movie.
It's a huge.
It's like a drama.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a link to a trailer. If I can find it.
Yeah, it's really bad, but it's also so bad that it's really entertaining.
Oh, hi, Mark.